So police are still searching for a motive in the Brown University and MIT professor shootings, but the Trump administration tackling some of the root causes as the suspect was a Portugal native, issued a diversity immigrant visa in 2017. That program now is on pause. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem joins us now to explain why. Madam Secretary, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Absolutely, Lawrence. Thank you for inviting me.
So explain this program, how he was admitted in this program, and why you're putting it on pause.
Well, it's a dangerous program. President Trump has tried to stop it for years. We have tens of thousands of people that came in basically under a DEI program, under the Department of Homeland Security, where they were allowed to enter this country, chosen by a lottery draw and given the benefits of standing alongside American citizens and getting everything that people who are entitled to receive. So that's why we put a pause on it. We recognize that there's an incredible amount of people that were facilitated by an invasion into this country under Joe Biden and his colleagues in the Democrat Party, and so we're putting a stop to it. And in fact, it's amazing what President Trump has done, Lawrence. 2.5 million people have left our country because of his leadership, and that includes hundreds of thousands of people that were criminals and terrorists and were walking our streets committing crimes against American citizens.
So that's no doubt been a success of this administration, but you still see some cities and states that are resisting. There was an illegal truck driver from India accused of a deadly crash in Washington State earlier this month, and he was released from custody after your department, ICE, put a detainer on him. They still released him out to the public to reoffend again, potentially. So what is going on?
It's shocking, Lawrence. These stories I hear and deal with every single day. Dangerous people that had criminal records, were convicted, were released by sanctuary cities and states that we put detainers on. We say, hey, hold on to that person. We want them. They shouldn't be here in this country. We want to return them back to theirs. And these politicians just let them go anyways. And this individual was driving a truck and killed an American, and that family will never be the same again. So that's why I love this job, Lawrence, is because I get the chance to get up every day and do something that matters. The department is enacting policies that keep people safe, and we get the chance to go after these bad individuals. And Lawrence, I don't know if you've heard, but the best thing for this holiday season is that we have found over 127,000 children that the Biden administration lost. 127,000 of the almost 500,000 children that Biden facilitated coming into this country and getting trafficked. We're finding them and we're returning them back to their families and bringing them to safety.
That is huge news for those families that I'm sure are crushed by the amount of years that they didn't see their loved ones. I want to bring your attention to another crisis because this is something that your department is involved in. The president has made it very clear that these oil tankers, you cross, we're going to take the oil, we're going to take over those tankers. Tell me exactly why your department, I think Coast Guard is under your department, and they're leading some of these operations in conjunction with the Department of War, right?
It is. You know, the Department of Homeland Security never takes a day off, never takes a moment off. It's 24/7 because we don't just have the Coast Guard and national security operations. We also have FEMA, which watches weather and disaster, TSA, airport security. We have the border, immigration, all law enforcement training. But this operation specifically against the Venezuelan shadow fleet is led by the Coast Guard. And the Department of War has been fantastic partners in making sure we're not just interdicting these ships, but we're also sending a message around the world that the illegal activity that Maduro is participating in cannot stand. He needs to be gone, and that we will stand up for our people. They're using these dollars to funnel and purchase and proliferate drugs around the world that's killing the next generation of Americans. So don't forget what this is about. This is an enemy of the United States that we're taking strong action against, and our Coast Guard's doing a rock star job going out there and interdicting these ships safely, but also sending a strong message that we will stop this flow and we will continue to stand up for our country.
Those guys and gals are doing a great job, and people should go on YouTube and see some of the videos of how they take over some of these ships, some of the best to ever do it. Meanwhile, your department has a big announcement today because some folks have decided, you know what, they don't want to go through the immigration process anymore. They're in the country illegally, and they're going to self-deport. And you're announcing a new incentive. What is that announcement, Madam Secretary?
Well, it's home for the holidays season. So, not only are we returning those kiddos back to their families that Biden lost, we also are saying that if you voluntarily want to go home now to your country, if you're in this United States of America illegally, we will give you $3,000 through the holidays to send you home. We'll buy you a ticket, give you $3,000 to go home, and that includes people that have not been detained, maybe have interacted with us, are detained and don't have criminal charges against them. Yeah, raise your hand. We'll help you get home. We'll facilitate it, and you might get the chance to come back to this country the right way someday. If you wait until we interdict you and detain you and arrest you and have to deport you ourselves, you'll never get the chance to come back. So go on the CBP Home app and get the information, and we'll make sure you get home in time for Christmas.
All right, let's see how many people take that offer. Madam Secretary, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
You bet. Thank you, Lawrence. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Merry Christmas.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.